Is my face that funny?
It's got away now. Okay. Welcome back to episode 6 of Top Picks, our fortnightly roundup of the latest and most exciting coins and commemoratives released in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, and in this episode we have some very exciting new coins to talk about, don't we?
We do.
They're going to include the special range of coins just been released that feature the first ever King Charles III effigy.
It is very exciting.
We've been waiting a while.
Yeah, so let's get into it and we can tell you all about it.
Well, let's start with the most exciting news, possibly in the coin world for decades.
Yeah.
We haven't had a change of monarch for 70 years here in the UK, and when we've got that change of monarch, we've got the first new effigy of our King, King Charles.
Yes, happened much sooner than we thought as well.
Yes, absolutely. The moment took us by surprise. On the 30th of September, 2 weeks ago today actually, they released that effigy, and then on the 3rd, the Royal Mint website went absolute crazy, as did our website. On the Royal Mint website, 66,000 people queuing to get on.
It's mad.
It is, and actually one of the reasons I think there were so many people is because actually the effigy itself is stunning.
It is. They've done a really good job, a really good likeness of him as well.
Absolutely, and of course the King has to sign off any new coinage, so he's signed that off himself. This is the first UK coins to feature the King Charles III's effigy. On the obverse side, of course, that portrait by Martin Jennings, and he's done a great job, as we said. Now the coins that have been released, rather fittingly, not just the effigy, but on the reverse side, all to commemorate and to celebrate his mum, Queen Elizabeth's reign and life.
Yeah, I love the designs as well. They really do sum up, you know, her incredible reign.
They do, and the 50p design was taken from the 1953 crown. So you've got the floral emblems of the UK, and you've got the shields there as well. It's a great design. The £5 coin has a dual portrait done
that's
by.
my favourite one.
It's a good one, isn't it? You've got the Queen looking at herself, a younger one and an older one.
Really ties it all in together.
Yeah, with the years of her life, 1926 to 2022. And the 50p will enter circulation, the £5 won't, of course.
Very exciting, yeah. I mean, whenever we get a new coin that's going to enter circulation, that is really exciting for not only collectors, but, you know, people who just check in their change anyway.
Yeah.
So you can expect to see those, I think they've said, in the next couple of months.
Probably in December time, you'll start to see them, and they're just going to be part of our currency. None of the Queen's ones are coming out yet. They will in time, but we're going to have lots of time before that starts to happen.
Yeah, and it's been so long since anyone's seen 2 different monarchs co-circulating on coins.
Absolutely. The great thing is, if you manage to get hold of one, the silver limited edition ones all sold out on the day. Most of the gold did as well.
Really, it was within an hour
that
the silver sold out.
It just incredible, because actually for the Royal Mint they had quite high edition limits.
Well, yeah.
But they still went. That's how big this is. Here at the Westminster Collection, we might be able to source some of these still. So if you are interested and you missed out, it's worth giving us a call and finding out, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or, you know, check out our website to see, because there's a huge range. So there's definitely going to be something for you. But yeah, something really special if you manage to get one of those ones that's sold out.
Yeah, and if you haven't, you should try to. This is a big event in the numismatic world, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, certainly in my lifetime, and
yeah, well, I've been in the West. Thank you very much. I've been in the Westminster Collection since 2010. I've never seen anything like this. We always knew when this day came it would be huge, but I don't think anyone realised just how big. So it's definitely worth taking some time to go and have a look.
Yeah. Now, it's always really exciting when we see new UK coins released, especially 50p's, because they are obviously the collector's coin. And this week we saw a brand new 50p, and it was released to celebrate 100 years of the BBC.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and of course everyone knows and loves the BBC. They have over 30 million people watching at any one time, obviously with their global news and education and everything that they cover. That is usually the first place you go, isn't it? Now the BBC is obviously quintessentially British, and the design is amazing actually, because it takes inspiration from the BBC World News logo.
Ah, nice.
So that one you see on the news with the globe spinning.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's world famous, isn't it? Not just here in the UK.
Exactly, yeah. All over the world, wherever you go. So 100 years of the biggest, you know, broadcasting.
Absolutely. And not many corporations last 100 years.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's something that we should be really proud of here in Britain.
And obviously with being a 50p, it's a collector's coin. Now, interestingly, there's only 3,500 of the silver version of the BBC 50p going to be made available.
Okay, that's quite a small edition limit.
It is very small, and when, like I said, 30 million people at any one time watching the BBC.
Across the world.
Exactly. It's not going to be enough to satisfy the demand of collectors and fans of BBC and all the British themes.
That's the silver version, which I'm sure we'd always say recommend to get if you can. Is this going to go into circulation as well?
No, it's actually not going to. So it's even more important that you secure yours in, well, the silver if you can get it, but if not, definitely the brilliant uncirculated quality.
But why are they not putting? Most 50p's go into circulation, so why is this one not going in?
Well, that's interesting, because this coin is going to feature Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, her portrait.
Ah, okay.
And it's going to be one of the last to do so.
That's really interesting, actually, because it's very seldom, actually, I don't know if I'm honest, how often that's happened before, where a previous monarch has been on new coinage.
Exactly, yes.
So yeah, we're one of the last, and very unusual for that to happen.
Yeah, so if you do get your hands on one, it's going to be something to, you know, shout about.
I'll definitely have to look out for as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now last year, of course, was 100 years, a celebration of the Royal British Legion.
Yeah.
So this year is 101 years, 40 years since the Falklands Forces, and many other things that we've been working with them on. We have for over a decade now at the Westminster Collection, worked with the Royal British Legion. We've raised over £1 million.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're proud about that, because they do a lot of great work on RBL with ex-servicemen and women. They do everything from like food vouchers and financial support and employment support and care homes and mental and physical well-being.
When you look into it, it is incredible how many people they help, and it's not just people that are serving, it's ex-serving personnel, their
families. Yeah, exactly.
So it is really worthwhile cause.
Yeah, and we're truly behind them here at the Westminster Collection, and every year we bring out the Poppy coin and commemoratives. And of course this year, this is the Poppy commemorative that we've launched with the Royal British Legion. We work hand in hand with them, as I've said. And on one side you've got this stunning red poppy. The poppy, of course, synonymous with them because it was one of the first flowers that bloomed on the battlefield after the First World War. It's been their logo ever since. And on the other side, we've got the Royal British Legion logo there. Now, for every single one of these that we sell on their behalf, a donation gets made to the Royal British Legion. It's going to keep topping up that money that we're giving them for their great work.
Incredible cause, yeah. And it's not just the commemorative.
Oh, is there more?
That we've released this year, yeah. Let me show you something very interesting.
Okay.
Now here it is, the 2022 RBL Masterpiece Poppy coin.
Yeah, stunning one, isn't it?
Yeah, so we make a masterpiece coin every year for the Royal British Legion. And this one, I mean, I know you've said it, but I think it has to be my favourite.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's 5 ounces of pure silver?
It is, yeah, and it's heavy as well when you get it out. And the design, it's really fitting for this year, obviously being 40 years since the Falklands.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got 39 small poppies, and in the middle, one more, making 40 for 40 years. And what makes it extra special is this poppy in the middle is hand painted by our in-house artist.
Yeah, Adam.
Adam, yeah. So every one of the 350 of these, because obviously the time it takes to make everyone unique, only 350 could be made, and each one is numbered, like this one is number 89.
Yep.
So you know exactly which one you've got. And I love the details because everyone is going to be different, so you really will have a one of a kind.
That's true. As well as that, the design features a map of the Falklands behind the poppies and the words, remembering the fallen lest we forget. I had the privilege of taking number 1 in the edition limit recently, and I met Chris Carrow. Now, Chris Carrow was a commanding officer in the Marines during the Falklands conflict, and I got to talk with him, ask him some of his stories. It's a video that's up on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch it, I highly recommend it. He's very entertaining and very informative as well.
He had some incredible stories.
Absolutely. But I got to give him number 1. He didn't know that was going to happen. It happens right at the end of our talk together. And I love his reaction. He was made up with it and he deserved it as well. So I was able to give him number 1 and he took it back home with him. Great moment for me, to be honest, to get to speak to him.
Yeah, exactly. What an honour.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there's going to be loads of people who remember the Falklands, I mean, only 40 years ago, that something like this would mean something extra special to you, or if you knew someone that served in the Falklands, and obviously RBL doing that work with any kind of veterans, it's something really special this year.
It is, and again, with every one that we sell, donation goes to the Royal British Legion, so definitely worth your time.
Yeah. So some incredible new coin releases in the last 2 weeks.
Very true, but we're not finished, have we? Because
No.
we've got our favourites to do.
Of course.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So this is the first one, it's up here. Lunar Year of the Rabbit £5 silver coin. Now, we could tell you all about it, But we've actually done it before. A few weeks ago, just before the Queen passed, we filmed a Top Picks episode that should have come out on that Friday. We didn't upload it because of the sad news. So shall we just use our segment we've already done?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see that.
So next up, I want to talk about the new £5 coin in the Royal Mint's Lunar Year series.
I like this series.
Yes, so it started in 2014 with the Year of the Horse.
Yep.
And this one is important because it's the first coin to be dated 2023.
Okay, so it's next year's coin.
It is, yes.
Right.
And this is going to be the Year of the Rabbit.
Nice, I like that.
So if we look at the lunar calendar, there's 12 animals on it, and that represents, in an old fable, apparently the Jade Emperor had a race, and 12 species turned up.
Okay.
And he said that just for turning up, he will name a year after each of the species, depending on where they come in the race. So the rat won, and the pig lost.
That's really interesting. That's really good information. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is an interesting story. And this coin has a beautiful design of a rabbit, which perfectly depicts 2023, which is going to be the lunar year of the rabbit.
And it's really important, actually. I mean, for anyone having a baby next year or a big occasion that you want to mark 2023, this is a really coin to think about, especially in silver. And one of the reasons for that is I know that all the previous silver versions in this series have always sold out.
Yes, so it's going to be hard to get hold of.
It is going to be hard to get hold of, and it's going to be sought after in the future.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's definitely one to consider.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the lunar calendar, I don't know what year you were born, but I think I'm a monkey.
Oh, yes. I was born in 1978. Can you work that out?
Okay, well, I mean, if we look at the calendar, it doesn't go back that far, unfortunately.
Harsh.
But I think working it out, you probably would have been a horse.
Probably would have been a horse. Anyway, this is going to be the year of the rabbit, isn't it?
It is.
Can I tell you, I just heard recently that Elton John bought a treadmill for his pet rabbit.
Right.
It's a little fit bunny.
Wow, on to the next bit.
Joe's laughing. So that's why this one is my favourite. But add to that now the fact that this was the last coin released while the Queen was still the monarch.
Exactly.
So it's definitely one to grab hold of if you can. Okay, that was my favourite. What's yours?
Well, mine has to be something a little bit spooky.
A little bit spooky. Am I going to like this?
You are, yeah. So with Halloween coming up, it's very fitting. This is a brand new set of 5 50p's dedicated to Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly. So it's based on Bram Stoker's Gothic novel, which actually came out 125 years ago.
I didn't know it was
Since
that
it was
old.
first published. It is, yeah.
Okay.
And it actually this year marks Bram Stoker, the author's 175th birthday.
Right, so he wrote it when he was 50?
Yeah.
Or released when he was 50 anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a couple of different milestones there, but these coins really do capture the essence of, you know, the whole vampire lore.
And that's become massive, hasn't it?
It
I mean,
has,
across kids' TV and then horror films, whatever you're into or not, the novel itself, famous. Incredibly famous around the world. One of the most famous novels in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it sparked a whole genre of, you know, vampire legend, really. We've seen, you know, games, everything.
And the 50p's, what do they look like?
So the 50p is really nice, actually. One of them has got Dracula on himself, and he's snarling, really scary.
Nice.
And then we've got the bat, and we've got the creepy castle, and a coffin, and of course a werewolf.
Okay.
And interestingly, the silver version of these is actually black silver.
Now it is unusual.
It is.
That's not something you see.
Yeah, I
very
mean,
often at all.
if you look at it next to a normal 50p, you actually see the difference. But it's something I haven't seen before.
Nope.
And it definitely gives it that dark, creepy feel.
Yeah, and very much in keeping.
Yeah.
Nice one. Before you go, can I tell you a quick joke?
Of course.
I had a friend once who went stealing and he was sitting on the shoulders of 4 vampires. He got arrested for theft on 4 counts. Sorry. Okay, so before we end, we have a little bit of a roundup.
A little roundup, yeah.
So we started, didn't we, with the biggest news that we've had for a long time, the brand new effigy of King Charles III on our coinage for the first time.
Yeah, if you take anything away from this video, it's that.
That is the biggest one.
It's going to be very big collecting news.
But the other coins were also definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah, so we looked at the lunar year of the rabbit, £5.
We did. Your favourite was the Dracula.
It was, yeah.
We looked at the Royal British Legion 5-ounce masterpiece and the individual one, as well, the commemorative. Both of those definitely worth some attention.
New UK 50p, the BBC, 100 years of the BBC 50p.
Absolutely. So there's quite a lot that we've covered in our top picks today, and thank you for joining us. It's going to be really strange seeing our coins without the Queen in the years to come, isn't it?
Yeah, and I wonder how long it will take. You know, we said in a couple of months that the new ones will be going into circulation, but I wonder how long it will take before they crop up in our change.
Well, we'll wait and see, won't we? We'll all be on the lookout.
Very exciting.
Actually, maybe you could keep in contact with us. Tell us which coin you've ordered or which one you're looking forward to the most getting. Because also all these King Charles effigy ones that people have ordered aren't going to be around till January, February time.
No, exactly.
Especially limited edition ones.
So do let us know in the comments if you managed to get your hands on any.
Absolutely. Look, if you've enjoyed this episode of Top Picks, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell so you never miss any future videos from us.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.